So just talking a little bit about this goddess series that's coming up. I guess I'll restart a little bit because I think that there was an issue with the Facebook sound. But starting July 21st, I'm having a goddess series. It is a pre-recorded production of 7 different goddesses, 6 different productions, and the community double mic party. Yeah. This is pretty wild. I'm really taking my tech skills to the limit here. So this is going to be, it's 6 weeks, it's 7 goddesses, 6 productions. A lot of this is the research I've done in college or university. A lot of this is stuff that I've done to practice the goddess, to practice, working with the divine feminine in my own life and bringing that feminine energy into my own life. So there's going to be some live Q&A sessions. There's 3 live Q&A sessions. Let's see. Let me just make sure that's on. Those sessions they're Q&A sessions, of course, to talk to me about the divine feminine, but really these are conversations. These are opportunities for the community to come together and talk about the divine feminine and talk about these different goddesses. And what's really important for, why is this important to me? Why would I want to do a presentation on the goddess? And that's because, the goddess is a oneness. The divine feminine is a oneness. And she is, to me, she's this validation and she is this empowerment to me as a woman, that there's more to life than the hierarchies and orthodoxies that, surround me in my external world and my external purview. So witnessing the goddess was a huge shock to my system the first time I really embraced the concept of the goddess. And it was an amazing shock because it really opened me up to what was available to me if I witnessed the divine in my image, in the image of a woman, and not just a woman, but men and women, embracing their femininity and their masculinity together. So there's that beautiful dissolution of hierarchy of human, that dissolution of the hierarchy of the sexes, the dissolution of the hierarchy of any hierarchy of human, race, gender, sexuality, sexual preference, wealth, power. This is really about, the goddess is really about celebrating a oneness and looking at our own selves and witnessing what we love about ourselves and witnessing, what we don't love about ourselves, and really starting to embrace that and empower ourselves by, witnessing our own dark side and witnessing our own pieces that we don't want to look at. And the goddess, to me, is the key. She is the key to stepping into this. She's the key to dissolving everything that there is except for love. And I think that we are only love. So just quick, I wanted to go over what the program was for everybody on Facebook who didn't hear it. This is it is a private group. It is, and the reason it's a private group is because it's really about this conversation and discussion of what the goddess is. It is 6 pre-recorded productions about 7 different goddesses throughout history. You can consider them ascended masters, but really these are about empowered women who really embraced and honored their own divinity and stepped forward unapologetically as they are, in their feminine, in their goddess energy. So however that resonates with you, and by having conversations about the goddess and by bringing this information back into our purview, it gives me and anyone in the energy of the goddess that empowerment to embody, all those spaces within them, because everything within us is perfect. Our unique blueprint is perfect. And it is through embracing, embodying, and loving all of the things that we are that we come forward to our purpose work as we should be, as we are. So this is a journey of empowerment. It's a journey of embodying all the parts of us This is a dissolution of hierarchy. It's about dissolving the patriarchy. It's about dissolving duality. And I know that that might sound a little backwards by saying we're celebrating the goddess and that's how we're dissolving duality, but the goddess is the piece that we're missing. She has been missing for such a long time, and the feminine has been missing for such a long time. And I think it's time, it's not just me, but I really want to be a part. Hello, Teresa. I really want to be, this is a huge part of my work, is embracing and embodying the empowerment of what it means to be a woman, of what it means to be in our feminine. And by doing that, giving the masculine and men and anybody who identifies as a man that sort of a peace, knowing that there is no hierarchy. They don't, there's dissolving the hierarchy helps the weakest among us and the strongest among us. Because in my opinion, if you're sitting at the top of this false hierarchy of human, then you're just being lazy. You're just taking, whatever you were given on your plate, whatever was decided was the top hierarchy of the day, and just sort of allowing that to be, that's lazy. And this is about, all of us coming together to work together and dissolving these hierarchies of human and creating this oneness and this beautiful energy. So that's why I think it is important to embrace the goddess. And that is why a lot of the research and the work that I'm doing in my theses all have to do with basically God the Mother. So one other quick thing I wanted to sort of add in here. I wanted to first talk about how you can get involved in this. It's a free group. There's a landing page I have available. If you're on Instagram, it's in my my bio, link in bio. I almost hate saying that, I say it so much. But there's a link in my bio where you can click on the Goddess series and you can register for the Goddess series, and it'll take you to a Facebook page and you can join that Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, just drop a emoji and I will send you all of the information to register. I'll send you the landing page information. And once you're in there, it's a community of men and women. There's already a good number of people already waiting to get into that community. And these productions, I'm going to play them once every week. They're going to come on every Wednesday. I believe it's like 4:30. They come on every Wednesday. You have, forever to view these videos. These are productions. These are historical. They're contemporary practices for people who celebrate the goddess and the earth mother. So there's a lot of different pieces being pulled together. The historical stuff is going to have bibliographies. And I encourage you to research the goddess on your own and the different fractals of the divine on your own, because, there's only so much that can be covered in a short period of time before, losing everybody's interest with my obsessive wormhole of researching things. But, these will be available forever. You can go in and, check them out whenever you want. But then we're going to have 3 conversations, those Q&A sessions that I was talking about. And that's when the community can really sort of come together and share what it means to them to embrace that energy, to embrace that dark warrior energy of the Morrigan, or to embrace that, my goodness, being in your fear, feeling all the feelings of being in your fear, but still stepping forward empowered, just like Joan of Arc. There's all these beautiful, amazing things that I think are not as wildly celebrated as they should be. And this is about allowing the goddess to surface, and now's the time for that. She's showing up around every corner. So I hope that you join us. A couple of things, I'm going to have some goddess clears available. So if you're familiar with emotional clearing, we've come up with this beautiful little package for if you wanted to do some emotional clearing to sort of release the wild goddess energy within you. The clears are sort of tailored to the goddess in general, the divine feminine, but they are also tailored to whichever goddess resonates with you, or whichever goddess doesn't resonate with you, because sometimes if a goddess doesn't resonate with you, there's triggers there and there's things that we want to clear and move through. So there's going to be some beautiful goddess packages available if you're interested. But again, this is a free community. This is about coming together in oneness, and this is about celebrating the feminine. The feminine is within all of us. The goddess is in all of us. Men, women, people, however you identify, this is about embracing that harmony and balance that's been missing for thousands and thousands of years. I think that's everything. I did want to say, a lot of the work that I've been doing, obviously there's a lot of university work that's going to come into this. There's a lot of research that's going to come into this, but there's also, I've spent almost the last year studying and working with, I guess, Kyra, doing a lot of stuff to become a Sophia Circle facilitator. And that has been an amazing trajectory and journey in my life. And if I didn't feel madly in love with the divine feminine before, after moving through such a deep and profound journey with Sophia, God the Mother, and with the key code masters as per the Sophia Code, a channeled codex, I am madly in love with her now, and I'm more empowered and more just sort of determined to be that, a beacon, something, an available resource for, connecting with the divine feminine. So we are going to end with Sophia herself. So Sophia shows up in history, in Gnostic Gospels. She shows up in so many different ways in history. But Sophia shows up in contemporary channeled context much differently. And the Sophia Code is something that is a channeled codex that resonates very profoundly with me as a lost truth. So that is sort of how we're going to end this series, is really connecting with Sophia, and what the energy of Sophia is, the goddess, God the Mother. So it's a whole trajectory. It's a whole different, it's a whole lot of different goddesses, and we're going to end in the energy of Sophia, and we're going to bring a lot of different pieces back into this. So I hope that you join us. I'm so sorry, Facebook people. I feel like that was such a bummer that the first 10 minutes of this had no microphone. I'm figuring all this tech stuff out, which is a lot, but thank you so much for tapping in, and I hope that you guys check this series out. This has been a labor of love. This has been something we've been recording for months. My Altered Home is on Instagram, and she is part of this. She is one of my, she's my sister, and she's definitely one of my go-tos for connecting with the divine feminine. So much love to everybody. Blessed be. And if you need any information, just reach out to me. Love you all.